Okay, you want to start off by grabbing all 8 of your cords that you've already cut out, and you want to fold it down the middle so that now we have a total of 8 times 2, 16 pieces of cords in total. Now where you fold it in half, that's going to be where your loop is at, so you can keep in mind the length of your loop. So you want to keep in mind where it starts and where it ends. Now you want to put it under some sturdy support thing. You can have somebody hold it for you, even you can tape it. I've just put it under a pot because it's heavy. Now you want to grab the cord that you've already cut out, and then you want to tie it at the base of your loop. And now I'm going to show you what is called a square knot. So now you want to make a figure 4 with the left hand side of your cord, and you want to take the right side, have it overlap on top of the left cord, have it go under the 6 remaining cords, and then through the loop of your figure 4. So that's half of the knot. Now you want to do it the same thing, but then on the other side. Now you want to take your right side and make a reverse figure 4, have the left side overlap the top, go under, and then through the loop, pull it tight, and there you have 1 square knot. Now you want to repeat this over and over again, reversing every time, and then you will have a series of multiple square knots. And then when you've reached the end of your loop, you can just tie it off. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to seal off this loop. You want to follow what I'm doing. I have made a tiny loop, and it has one end of the cord just sticking out, and you want to use the remainder of your cord to wrap around the base of the loop several times. And then when you're done, you can take the remainder of the cord and then just pass it through the loop and pull the 2 ends really tight. Now you want to divide your 16 pieces of cords into 4 groups, and so each group will have 4 strands, and you want to make the same thing that you did with your loop. You want to make square knots over and over again. It's the same thing, you just have to do it with lesser amount of cords in the middle. So when I reached the length that I wanted the square knots to be, I started doing something different, and this is called a spiral knot. So what I did was, the cords that were originally in the sides that I was working with, I now made them go in the middle, and then the middle ones I made them go out, and then I started making those knots only on one side, which is the left side. So when it's the square knots, you do the left and the right, but in spiral knots, you just keep on doing it only on one side, which is the left side. So when you keep doing it over and over again, it just automatically starts forming these spirals. So I did this on all 4 groups, and then they turn out like this. So now you want to take 2 strands from the right of one side and 2 strands from the left of one other side, and you want to make a square knot again. Now the distance between these square knots and the spirals is completely up to you, and you want to make just 1 knot, and then you want to do the same thing. You want to carry on with the next spiral knotted group, and you just want to make the same knot again at the same length. Everything has to be uniform if you want it to look neat. So you just make another square knot again. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you just follow what it is that I'm doing, then you will understand, you will figure it out. So you want to do this on all 4, like you take whatever is left, and then you move on to the next spiral knot, and then you take 2 strands from the left, and then you make another square knot. Now you have the whole line done, but you have to connect the 2 extreme corners, which is the left and the right. So now you just want to bring them together, and then again just make another square knot. It is a lot easier than it looks, so you just have to use a little bit of your common sense and follow what I'm doing. Now you could just stop here, but I decided to make another row, so I just did the same thing. It really looks more complicated than it actually is when you watch somebody else do it, but when you're actually doing it, it all makes sense. So you just want to make some more square knots. It's really simple. Just follow through. Everything just connects, so it will make sense when you're doing it. So now again, connect the two extreme right and lefts together in a square knot at the same length. Just be sure to make everything uniform so that later when your plant hangs, it doesn't look wonky and stuff. Okay, and just like that, you're done. Now all that is left to do is to gather up all the cords and make the same loop again to tighten everything off. It's really easy, just looks a little more complicated on camera. You want to pass it through the loop, pull the two ends together, and you're almost done. Now just trim everything straight, unravel the cords if you want, and just like that, you are done. Now you can just stick your plant and pot in, adjust it a little to make it straight. And just like that, you have your own DIY macrame style plant hanger. Your mom will love this. Happy crafting. Bye.